Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is gonna be my first video. I'm doing a story time about this date I went on. Basically, this date went wrong. It was horrible. I don't know why I stayed on this date. No, I do know why. I know why I stayed on the date. I stayed on the date because I know that's you're not supposed to do that, but I did it. And so I had met this dude in a like a state building. So basically the backstory was I had lost my birth certificate, so I had to go get a new one. So I went to the place where you go get your birth certificates and stuff like that. So when I got there, the people in there was screaming 3 hour wait, 3 hour wait, and I'm like, oh my god. But I still got my ass on that line, and I was waiting to go to the kiosk to put in what I'm there for. I get to the kiosk, I put in what I'm there for, and I get my ticket number to wait to be called to go pick up my birth certificate. My nails aren't done. So I get my number and I pick like a little secluded area to stand in because it was crowded in there. So I'm waiting for my number to be called. So I'm on my phone and I noticed a guy, like I noticed somebody, and I know it was a guy. They were in front of me, but they weren't facing me. So I'm still on my phone because I'm a person who I like to pay attention to my surroundings just to make sure, somebody's not trying to attack me or whatever. So I was like, all right, so, okay, there's a guy in front of me, whatever. I go back to my phone. Then I hear him say something. So I hear him say, shorty. And then he said something else, but I can't remember what he said. He said, shorty, da-da-da-da. He said something else with that, but I can't remember what it was. I knew it was about the ticket and something. So, yeah. And then so from then, we just started talking. I was like, yeah, like I hate being in places like this when I'm sober and stuff like that. So he was like, oh, you smoke? I was like, yeah. He was like, so then this is where the conversation got interesting to me. Then he started saying how his mans, he got his mans that's around here in the area, and he could get butt from him. We could go smoke if we want to. I was like, so he was like, for him to go get the bud, I gotta stay here and watch for his number or whatever. So I was like, yeah, go ahead. So he went and got the bud, and I was watching for his number and my number because I didn't get called yet. So then this other creepy guy decided that it was okay for him to approach me too, I guess because he saw me talking to Abusive. Abusive, that's what we're gonna call the guy, Abusive. So when Abusive left, another creepy guy came around and he was asking me my name. I'm like, watching me, right? And me and Abusive was talking until I got called, and then he got called, and then I went with him. Then we left together. So then he said we was gonna meet his mans, like he said. So the whole way, right, this boy was talking about how he got cars here, he got cars there, and he trap, and he scam, and he do all this stuff, right? Judging from the clothes he had on, I think the fuck not. You don't do none of that. Trust me, you don't. So, but I still wanted the bud at the end of the day. So, I'm not gonna be mean in this video. I'm gonna try to be civilized. So basically, I thought his mans was coming in a car. His mans wasn't in a car. So it was his mans, and then it was his cousin. So his cousin came. His cousin had a baby with him. I think it was his baby. And so we all was walking to the store because Abusive told me about this store that sells THC oil. Like, it's a corner store, but in the back they sell THC oil. So I'm like, okay, because I never heard of that. And now I could go to a store and get my shit right away instead of having to fucking wait. But come to find out when we get there, it was CBD oil and not THC. CBD does nothing for me, and it fucking find out it was CBD and not THC. I only fuck with THC, no CBD, no HIV, no STD. So he already still had butt on him. So me and him Me and him and his mans and his cousins, we parted ways. So me and Abusive went to go smoke. So we was smoking, we was laughing and talking or whatever. And he started saying stuff about me meeting his mother and how he know his mom would like me and his family would like me. And he felt like me and him is like got a bond or something. Like, anytime when a nigga starts talking all that shit and you know this nigga from nowhere in the books, you know he's a fuckboy. And that didn't faze me because I was smoking. Like, I didn't care about that. Like, I wasn't even listening to nothing he was saying. Like, I was just like, like, I was I was not paying attention. And we parted ways. So after that, we started talking over the phone or whatever. And so when we was talking about having our first date, he was talking about, BBQs. I was like, we're gonna go here because I don't know what you're talking about, no BBQs. And mind you, guys, I have no intention on being with him. I don't like him, none of that. I just wanted the bud that he had. It wasn't fire, but it was just bud, like free bud. Who the fuck not going, you feel me? So so I was basically like acting like I liked him or whatever. Like, I'm on the phone with him trying to figure out where you at. And I finally, he sees me, so he tells me to turn around. When I turn around, boy, his clothes, it looked like he just got off work. Like, he had on some dingy ass black jeans, some heavy ass work boots, and a big ass bomber jacket with a gray sweater underneath. When I hugged him, he smelled like pure liquor. So this nigga had the audacity to be like, let's go get some more liquor. So I'm like, we could just drink when we go to the restaurant. He like, I don't want to spend extra money on drinks. So you could get something to drink. I'm good. So he got these 2 cheap ass little bottles of Henny. And mind you, his wallet that he pulled out, it looks like a pocket. Like, it looked like he literally took the inside of his pocket, stitched it up like a wallet, and put his money in there. That's what it looked like. So after that, I Ubered us to the restaurant because clearly his bum ass couldn't. I said I was gonna be nice during this video. I keep being rude. Alright. So I Ubered us to the restaurant, and he had the audacity to even be telling me, like, he was going off on me a little bit for spending money to take the cab when we could have walked. That's what he said, like, we could have walked, like, you spending money on cabs, like, you got it like that. Not even that I got it like that. It's just the fact that who's gonna walk all of that? Like, I'm not walking all of that. Are you crazy? And then who the hell is you to tell me what to do with my money? Like, I actually did your ass a favor, a luxury that you probably couldn't even do for yourself. So you should actually thank me instead of getting on me about my money that I work. Anyways, we get inside, and apparently, I forgot, mind you, he had on a hat too, like a baseball hat. So apparently in the restaurant that we went to, you can't wear hats. So he had to take that baby off. And when he took it off, it wasn't really nothing wrong with his hair. It's just that he didn't have a fresh cut. But you know what got me tight? It's the fact that if they would have never told him to take off that hat, he would have never took off that hat. That means he would have kept his hat on just for the fact that he didn't have a fresh cut. And he didn't want me to see that. Because when he did have to take off his hat, he was like, oh man, damn, I didn't even want you to see that I ain't have no fresh cut. And I'm like, why? But I know why. Because you're a bum ass nigga. That's why. Who the fuck gonna try to keep on their hat all day because they don't have a haircut? Like, even me, like, I wouldn't keep on nothing on my head. Yeah, that got me tight. Because you're on a date and this was planned, so you had so much time and opportunities to get yourself a haircut. I wouldn't agree to go on a date if I know my hair is not going to be done and I'm not going to be looking and feeling good. You feel me? I'm not going to go on no date. So you chose to still come. You could have canceled, you could have did something or whatever, I would have understood. But you chose to still come and you weren't even prepared. Like, as a 28-year-old man with a child, you're supposed to know these things. But clearly, he's a child still himself, and it's sad. But, yeah, so he had to take his hat off, and we got seated. We was in, like, a booth type, like, it was a booth chair, and then on the other side of the table, it was, like, a chair. He sat in a chair, and I sat in the booth. So, when we get seated, we're seated in like a booth and chair type of table. So my seat was the booth and his seat was an actual like a chair. So he was like, I know I told you earlier that he was drunk. He was drunk still, and remember how I said he caught more liquor, so he's drinking the liquor now, and we didn't even order our food yet. So the waitress is in there. I noticed that they're flirting with him, but I guess automatically, the waitress is in there, I felt like they was flirting with him. But little do they know I don't care, because they don't know why I'm with this nigga right now. I'm with him because he have butt. That's it. I don't want nothing else from him. I don't find him attractive neither. None of that. But I feel like some girls purposely feel like they could take a nigga from a bitch. So I guess that's what they was doing, and they all work in there, so that's what they be doing all day probably. Like, they see a bitch come in there with her nigga, they gonna try to like get her tight by doing some shit or whatever. But like I said, little do they know, I don't even want this nigga. I just want him for his weed. That's it. Truth be told. Okay, I'm only gonna keep it real with y'all. So I noticed that, and he's drunk, so he's disrespectful as fuck. He was being disrespectful for them, and it's funny because they trying to flirt with him and make me tight, but y'all are getting disrespected. So one lady came up to him, and she was on point with the water refills. She was on point every time his cup got low, because I wasn't even drinking my water yet. Every time his shit got low, and he was drinking mad water. Thirsty nigga. And every time his shit almost got empty. So I just feel like, yeah, shorty was on point with the water refills. Like, his cup I never seen his cup get empty. Like, she was always on top. So the first time she had came to refill his cup, she came like with her chest poked out, like trying to show her titties, I guess. And he was like, damn bitch, all up in my motherfucking face. I had to step in and tell him like, yo, chill out. Like, he was like, damn bitch, all up in my face. Like, I was like, oh my god. Like, it was funny, but I still stepped in and was like, yo, you need to chill. That was mad disrespectful. Even though she was in your face, I seen it. You should have just told her, can you please back up? You didn't have to call her a bitch or none of that. It was like, I know, babe, but you see this bitch, like, she all up in my motherfucking face. And like I said, he's drunk, so you know the vibes. Like, you know he's being an asshole. So I was like, yeah, whatever. I ordered my food, and I ordered like these lobster fries, and then I had ordered a big plate of macaroni, because I am a fan of baked macaroni. Big fan. Like, that's my favorite food. That and hot wings. I will eat that all day. But anyway, back to what we was talking about. So I ordered my food, and he orders food, but like he orders like a little appetizer. So, and mind you, he told me that he ate. I have found out that he ate before I date, which I got tight about, because it's like, what did you come for? But I knew low-key what he came for. It's just like, that's mad rude. But it's okay, because I know what I came for. So, what else happened? Okay, so after that, we started talking. And then he started telling me mad, I can't remember word for word, but he started telling me mad bad shit about his baby moms. mad shit about his family and how he used to be an abusive nigga. That's why we're gonna call him abusive. That's why we're calling him abusive. That's his name. He used to be mad abusive in his last relationship. Like, he was really slapping bitches up, punching bitches. He was telling me how he found out his baby moms tried to fuck one of his mans, and his mans had to tell him mad shit about his baby moms. And he was telling me about how he was living in the shelter with his baby moms, and he found out his bro had died while he was living in there, and he was going crazy. He was breaking stuff in the shelter and stuff like that. He was telling me mad stuff, but I was asking personal questions just to see what I could get out of him. If you hear somebody yelling in the background, that's my grandmother. She's downstairs, so don't mind it. Yeah, he was telling me mad shit, mad shit, and I was just giving him the bare minimum, because I already knew where this fucking date was going, and I really just wanted it to be over already. So while we was talking, I noticed how mad spit was coming out of his mouth, and I realized that my plate was like right there, and it was going onto my baked macaroni. That got me so tight, so I stopped eating my macaroni and I kept eating my fries. Remember how I said when he was telling me stuff that I wasn't paying attention? Well, he had told me that he was allergic to shrimp, and the fries consisted of like crab meat and other stuff. So he was eating that, but I don't think it made him sick or nothing like that. So, I don't think he got sick from it or nothing, but he was trying to use that against me when we finished our food. Well, when I finished my food, because he barely was eating because he had already fucking ate already. But I guess he was trying to get me to feel sorry. I was not feeling sorry. I was just like, you know what I said? I was like, oh shit. So what's gonna happen now? That's all I said. So anyway, yeah, so he was flirting with the waitresses, doing all this stuff. When it came time to pay, because he wanted to leave, he didn't want to be there because I guess his drunkenness was going down, because he couldn't afford to buy any drinks, so it's not like he couldn't get more drunk. But he wanted to leave, so I was like, yeah, I want to leave too, because So he like during the date, like he clearly saw that I wasn't really interested in him, so I guess that's why he wanted to really leave. Besides him wanting to get to the fucking part, which we never got to, because I don't know why he thought he was gonna get there with me. But so yeah, he clearly probably was saying that I wasn't really interested or whatever, but you know, he kept trying to play like he was interested to get in my pants, and it wasn't happening. So we get up and we leave, and he think I didn't see him, but I seen him tip one of the waitresses. When he paid for the food, he didn't pay for all of it. I paid the rest, because he gave me how much money he gave me? I think he gave me like $60, and the rest I had to pay $30. But still, I didn't need him to pay nothing for me. He just decided to do that. Yeah, he tipped one of the waitresses, and mind you, my whole thing is like, I just don't understand how somebody who don't have money to spend on drinks, you have money to give to a random waitress bitch. You have money to buy Henny and liquor and stuff, but you don't have money to get a haircut. It makes me think about, does his daughter have everything she needs to have? Like, no disrespect, but really and truly, like, because he don't have his priorities straight. So it's kind of worrisome for me to know that this person who have no priorities straight has a whole child. Like, feel me? That's just something to think about when you're dating a guy with a child. Pay attention to what he spends money on and what he doesn't. So we're on our way out, and come to find out, he didn't even have no butt on him, and that had got me tight. But lucky thing, I always keep my oil shit on me. Well, I don't always keep it on me, but I keep it on me. I can always keep it on me. So, I pulled out my shit. No, I didn't even pull out my shit. He asked me for my shit. And it's like, how the fuck you know I have it? Anyway, So I let him smoke it or whatever. And we started walking or whatever. He wanted to hold my hand, but mind you, I'm from New York, and I don't know about anywhere else, but when you walk in with a girl, you're supposed to keep her on the inside of the sidewalk. He had me on the outside, but he wanted to hold hands. So that right there. So we're walking with me on the outside of the sidewalk. But now I had checked him on that. I said something to him about that. Cause me, like, if I, like, nowadays, like, I used to be that type of person who holds stuff in, but nowadays I'll say anything. So I checked him. I was like, you know, I'm supposed to be on the inside of the sidewalk, right? And so he was like, oh, he was about to come up with an excuse or whatever. But so I switched sides. Like, I pulled him like this and dragged him to the outside of the fucking thing. Fuck out of here. Have me on the outside of the sidewalk. Are you crazy? So that had got me tight. And I had took my oil thing back from him because fuck, you're a bum ass nigga. Yeah, he started telling me more. I started asking him more questions about him, and he started telling me like, oh, he's not used to my type because he's used to dating girls from outside the club. Go figure. And all this other stuff and this and that. And he thought that I wasn't trying to fuck him because he kept saying how, oh, he gets whatever he wants. So he thought I was one of those girls that wasn't trying to fuck him just to say that, oh, he didn't get to fuck me. No, I really don't want to fuck you because you're not attractive to me. You smell like liquor. You don't have your priorities straight. A lot of stuff. A lot of shit that makes me just not want to fuck you. So don't think that I'm just not trying to fuck you because just to say it. No, I really mean it with a passion. You disgust me. So, therefore, get on my face. Walking or whatever. And then, mind you, he's drunk. So, he's doing drunk shit now. By the time we get in the train station, when we walk in, like, I have him, like, I noticed, like, I had to, like, hold him a little bit because he was, like, falling. So, we walk in and, like, we're walking on the platform because we have to go to another train. So, a train had came and it was letting people off, so the platform was getting crowded. So he started like barking at people, like real. So he started following me, and then he started apologizing, like, I'm sorry, baby, I'm sorry. Like, once again, he keep calling me baby. Like, I don't know you from nowhere. Like, stop. Stop. So he like, baby, I'm sorry. I'm like, yeah, it's okay. Just stay over there because his scent is getting me tight. So, when the train come, right, he gets on the train and I get on a different part of it's the same cart but a different part of it. So most smart niggas would have waited until the train stopped and then try to come to where I'm at. This nigga goes the opposite way. So instead of waiting until the train stop to, go the easy way, just come out the door and come in the doorway that I was standing at. While the train is moving, and it's crowded, he goes through the aisles. So he's pushing past everybody. I mean, pushing, mind you. Like I said, he's drunk, so he's pushing. And mind you, there's a lady and a man with their baby right there in the stroller, and he's pushing past the stroller. And the man is trying to, like, move the stroller out the way so he won't push past it. And abusive goes like this. It's all right, bro. I got it, bro. And he's spitting. You can see the spit coming on. So I was like, oh, my God. Please don't let this nigga come over here. Please. Obviously, he's coming over here, but please don't let him. Just let him go past me. No, he comes right, he stands right next to me. He started talking mad shit or whatever. Then he started saying how, like he started, like, begging me to come home with him. And then he wanted to get disrespectful and started saying, oh, I'm pretty for nothing, this, that, and the third. So I'm like, I'm just standing there because, like, I'm not even about to argue with this nigga. If he put his hands on me, somebody's gonna help me. Somebody please help me because I'm over it. So, it's a reason why he was actually following me to where I was going. I was like, I had to take the train to get on the bus. So I was taking the train to the bus. So he knew I was going to Jamaica Avenue, where all the dollar vans be at. So apparently the reason is because his ass was gonna ask me for $2 to take the van. So when we get to where the vans is at, he asks me for $2. And I just look at him with the blankest face that I could ever look. Like blank like computer paper. Like, you really think I'm about to give you $2 so you can take the van? Baby, if you don't have $2, what are you doing outside? Like, what are you even doing outside? You're 28 years old, you have a daughter, and you don't have $2 to get your ass home? You think I'm going to give you $2? I don't care if I had 10,000 singles in my damn bag. I would not give you $2 to go home after all that you just put me through. And even if you was a good dude, I still wouldn't give you $2, because why you don't have $2? Why you don't have $2, but you have enough money to buy Henny, you have enough money to tip the thought ass waitress, but you don't have $2 to get your ass home? Priorities, you see what I'm talking about? So you could only imagine how that's like the icing on the cake. And then he had the audacity to get mad at me. Why you getting mad at me? Because you don't have $2. Because he knew I had $2. I did have money in my bag. I did. But I'm not giving you $2. Like, what? Fuck. Oh, he got mad at me because I didn't want to give him $2. So, and then when my bus came and I said bye to him, he had this stink ass attitude, and I was just laughing. Because that's why you gotta beg somebody for $2 to get on the van. And then you still got a long way to go, because the van doesn't even take him to all the way to where he's going, wherever the fuck he's going. So that was basically the end of that date. He also got mad at me because I didn't like text him to make sure he got home, because I was done with this nigga. Like, he texted me. I have the text still, but I'm not gonna read them because it's not that serious. But he was tight that I didn't check him after. And then he hit me up again, but I had blocked his number because I really don't want to hear from him. As y'all can see, abusive was the worst date that I ever had in my life. So, and I know I'm gonna have worse, just like the fact that I be giving people the benefit of the doubt. But at least they make good story times, because now I could talk about it and I laugh about it. Like, it was funny to me. Because at the end of the day, I wasn't embarrassed. He should be more embarrassed. At least he apologized to me, because he did send me an apology through text. He did send me an apology. So at least he realized he know that he was wrong and he should have never came to the date drunk. Cause I was mad about that. Like, mostly the fact that he came drunk, because it was fucking with my nose, the smell. But yeah, he apologized for it. But if you're watching this, don't ever do that to somebody. I've learned from this experience, and my message to females is that once you realize something is wrong, listen to that and run with it, because more than likely you are right. The first sign is the fact that he was talking bad about his baby moms. Like, how can you talk bad about somebody that you share a child with? Like, even like you should have been responsible enough to know who you was sticking your dick inside of. You feel me? Or anything like, like just his hygiene and whatever. You can use these signs to help you figure out if this is like a man that's worth a second date or any further contact, for that matter. So just be careful and really pay attention to who you're dating. I'm talking about deep attention, and please don't be scared to ask questions, because after all, they're the ones who want to take you out.